but their standard invade, apart from the Volibear Nocturne playing quite aggressive, looking for that early one ward, Veigar's gonna already start to stack up on the Azir. Really nice stuff from the Veigar. They get the ward in, the Volibear and the Nocturne on the top side here. They are aware of the ward being placed on the side of Cudders Cuties. And yeah, looks like they're going to get a return ward in here now.
Veigar getting another stack. I don't know if he gains stacks if he hits shields with his Q, but hey, listen, a hit's a hit. Azir, oh my goodness. North Stream being forced to recall once again. Perfect Form actually staying in the mid lane once again. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, we're seeing a similar thing to the first game, but kind of deja vu, but from the other side, because we saw Perfect Form get chunked out actually. But this time around, North Stream gets chunked out. And Veigar's already miles ahead with his extra 6 AP that he got from those early Qs. But for the meantime, mild trading going on as all people on the Rift start to set up their lane.
I do want to say, I thought Cookie was going to be in the mid lane, but apparently Hirashi was the substitute. So, I mean, I don't know how else you could, debut your performance in the mini LCS other than being a sub and just completely taking over the game with just tapping in and be like, bro, don't worry, I got this, and then just going 9-1 and leaving.
Everyone else is the sub now. I'm the carry. I'm the main event. Heavy trading in the top lane though. My gosh. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Christie.
Sorry, go for it.
I was just gonna say bleeding, but do enlighten us.
No, I was going to say that, compared to the tank matchup that we had going on before, Mr. Calypso now overextending. Going down. Oh, no.
What the heck? Mr. Christie just disappeared. Lightning literally struck, and he was no longer to be seen. I
think Mr. Calypso maybe played the lane a little bit too aggressive. He has to kind of trade efficiently with his E, and maybe wasn't doing that to its fullest extent. So the power of the early Volibear was able just to crush him in the 1v1. You can see here in the replay, they were already super low, right? The Jack's already about 40% HP, 30% HP. He ends up jumping in with his Q and E, but he doesn't have a Q to get out here. So as soon as the E ends up going, ending here, the E comes in from the Volibear himself, gets the PTA. God. And that's it. Top lane now is looking a bit rough.
Yeah, that is not a good start for Mr. Clisty right there, but a great start for Help the Bear. Conveniently named, I wonder why. Yeah.
Send your donations into the Bear Foundation. Help the Bear, guys. As he's already got enough gold, so maybe he can actually use that to snowball here. Other than that, the underlanes in the bot lane here, we're seeing just kind of casual farming. Braum may be getting a little bit aggressive as he W's forward. No.
That was cheeky. That was Braum jumping into deny CS from Tristana. I mean, great choice, but it does cost a decent amount of mana. Also, I have to mention the fact that Walker is using the worst Braum skin in the game, so my bias is immediately removed. Cudders don't have this anymore.
Yeah, I think we should remake the game. Is that possible? So we can change skin in time. I like the skin, man. To be honest. I'm sorry, but the skin activate is kind of cool. But either way, more heavy trading in the top lane. But Volibear is probably just going to reset. Yeah, reset and TP back. Not anything to worry about there. Mid lane so far, looking pretty dangerous for the Veigar. He's low on mana, kind of 50% HP as expected. Azir has a lot of range, which really does a lot of work in these early matchups. He's able to poke out pretty effectively. Bot lane here, Braum, not doing too much, just protecting where he can. They're waiting for the wave to come into them, so I don't think anything's really going to come out in terms of action here. But we can see the Wukong on the top side, potentially helping the Jax in the 1v1 to make it a 2v1. Looks like he's just going to sit in the bush for the meantime. And we're seeing a similar thing to game one here, where both teams are not really overextending too far, just, kind of playing it safe, farming up to get to those mid-game objectives.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Wukong just sat there, didn't really make anything happen. Nocturne just happily farming up. Pathos is going for that 6, especially as Nocturne can't really do much without his ult, without the paranoia. So, Yeah, respectable choice to just farm up, don't really commit to any ganks, give up any unnecessary level leads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nocturne definitely, like you said, has to wait until 6, right? Unless he sees like an overextended lane or something like that, there's not really much he can do until then. But there's Braum and Ash getting dangerously low here.
Yeah, this is the downside of being Braum. While you are the walking shield, going into an enchanter matchup such as Lulu, it only has its downsides. But Volibear bringing in the lightning, uses the ult. Oh my goodness, lightning does strike twice as Christy gets smited down. I was just talking about Pathos not giving up, early levels. It does gank at level 5. The flash is coming out as well. Fat Cat finding the kill onto Scoob right there. Really nicely done. Great gank from... great gank attempt right there from the Cudders.
Yeah, a lot of action going on across the map. Calisti again ends up going down, unfortunately, as the Nocturne did gank top side, but they were able to trade a kill back on the bot side with the Lulu there. And looks like both teams are now hitting 6, so we're seeing a little bit more action across the map here.
Oh yes, as the ultimate abilities are redeemed and are going to be in play now, things are only going to get a little more interesting, or a lot more interesting, I should say, as we saw already in the top lane with Volibear and Jax.
Yeah, exactly. Jax does do a good job with his E, of course, but once that's down, Jax is, pretty difficult to make work without it, right? He becomes a little bit useless. E's his main ability. Unless he's got a million attack speed, it's really difficult for him to do what he wants. So you can see here, Jax going in with the QE again. Once he has the Q in, he has no way to get out. Nocturne ganking as well. Stun coming in from the Volibear. W coming in from Volibear as well. There's the E from the Nocturne into the fadeaway E from the Volibear. As we can see from Tokyo Fox in the comment section, the Kobe coming in. And you can see on the bot side as the play ended up happening. Wukong gank coming in. Braum flashing forward. Landing Q onto the Stana. Lulu with a flash already burned, allows the is not able to get away from the Wukong as he flashes in and takes down the Lulu.
Oh my
there.
Goodness.
Jax went down again. Yeah. What happened? Oh no, I have to get a replay of that, I'm pretty sure, but it looks like he's gonna pay for it this time.
And
end up going down.
Isn't really gonna do much, as Fat Cat does get the shutdown onto Volibear. But hold on a second, we're seeing a trade between Ash and Tristana, and then doesn't manage to find the kill. Very unfortunate for Cookie. Yeah, man, I mean, that was that right there is the difference, I think, with late game Tristana and early game Tristana. When you're at the disadvantage like that, it sucks, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think part of the difference as well was the barrier diff, right? Ash had that little bit extra HP, the shielding to be able to win out on that 1v1. But it looks like, as we mentioned, now we're getting past 6. There's a lot more fights going on. The Azir ult coming out. Nice flash from the Vega into the cage. And that's going to disengage the fight, I think. Yeah, for the meantime. But wow, a lot more action going on in the Rift. A little bit different compared to the first game for sure. Than even seeing a 1v1 ADC fight this early on. Really aggressive.
But hold on a second. Paranoia just comes in and Azir goes out, shuffles away.
Quick in and out from the mid lane, end up shuffling away on the Azir and burning his flash too, which is important. But looks like it's going to allow them, with that pressure, to actually set up on the Drake now. Allow Motorola eSports to secure this for themselves. And if we've seen anything from the first game, first Drake doesn't really matter. So we'll see how that transitions into the later stages of the game here.
We've got a replay of how Jax exactly went down. I mean, tried his absolute best, but while tanking an entire minion wave and going against Volibear, that just sucks, man. You hate to see it. And then, of course, these poachers over here just hunting the bear. And Tristana, Cookie making the same mistake, engaging onto Ash, probably overestimated the damage output, tanking that minion wave. And of course, the barrier, as you mentioned, did make the difference to keep Etnav alive.
Yeah, precisely that. It is really good for the Ash, though, I guess, because they can kind of rinse and repeat kills hopefully once she gets to level 6. But that 1v1 ADC fight was, you love to see it, you don't really see it that often, so pretty cool to see in my opinion. We got a Nocturne now actually hovering bot side, potentially looking for a play. He doesn't have ult, so he can't really get onto the Ashe very easily, but he's just going to end up resetting instead, which makes sense. And the Wukong's actually coming in here, maybe able to look for something, but he might do a similar thing of try to look for the angle, not go for it, and end up resetting here. So Nocturne will be out on the map first, and they are pathing topside, potentially for the Grubs. Oh no, Grubs is actually gone. I didn't even see the Grubs go. My gosh, there's been a lot of action in the last 5 minutes here.
I mean, yeah, there's too many things to focus on, especially in a game like League, where, you know, so many different components and gears are shifting and moving. But yeah, Grubs, all 3 Grubs over to the side of Cudders Cuties. First plate is going to go down as well for this bot lane turret.
Yeah, I want to see if Tristana has enough gold now with that plate to be able to secure her first item, because Ashe does have the Young Tao arrows. Is it called Young Tao arrows? I'm a top main. Please bear with me.
Your word for it.
So I think on this base, Tristana should hopefully have enough with that plate. You can see the Wukong does have his Trinity Force already, so if there is another fight in the jungle or top lane, he will be a little bit stronger with that dueling power. And all in all, we see the ult coming in mid lane.
The repeat is this, shuffles away once again while using the flash.
Oh, the Ashe
arrow is going to hit Nocturne, the 3-second stun. But hold on a second, Lulu flashes out while Wukong jumps in. Braum is there to help as well with the Glacial Fissure, but nothing else comes of it, as that is just a couple summoner spells being used and nobody dies. Azir hanging about on less than 100 health as well is extremely brave, but you have to respect it.
Yeah, for sure. That Ashe arrow was crazy. Sorry, that Ashe arrow was crazy. Really, really nice Ashe arrow to help disengage there. The Azir, he's a really hard champion to lock down. You know, even if you do get ult on him, he's got the shuffle, he's got the ult himself to actually knock people away as well. And that's all without him having flash. So if he's got those 3 tools available, he's a really hard champion to lock down. Similar to the Ahri, in my opinion. You know, she's got that ult. Once she has the ult, it's really hard to lock her down. So we'll see if now they're able to transition that into anything. But for the meantime, looks like we've gone back just to farming and chilling and setting up for the next objective.
Absolutely. I mean, I do like that you bring up the Ashe arrow. It was, I mean, while it was really well placed, if it was placed a little further to the right, Lulu would have died because she was under the turret, as we're about to see right here. I mean, look at this.
Yep. There it is.
Absolute precision. Look, Lulu tanking that turret. Oh my goodness. If she got hit, she was dead.
Yep, exactly. She would have been gone for sure. Heavy trading now in the mid lane, to be honest. It's a little bit worrying because one of them can go down pretty easily to a Nocturne ult if it comes back up, or the Wukong engaging from the side. Volibear getting super aggressive and using his lead to actually get that top tower. He has the Cosmic Drive available, so something that looked good before for the Jax is now looking really bad with him being down by 3 kills and probably a hefty amount of gold. You see the Wukong in his bot lane brush trying to maybe set up a play onto Tristana and Lulu. Lulu is flashless, so probably the target to go for here. But for now, they're just going to not play too aggressive. The Ashe ult does come out.
Oh my god, that was a Captain Jack cleanse if I've ever seen it. Holy moly. Didn't even have a frame of stun. For those of you that know, you know about Captain Jack. That was really amazing reactions from Cookie right there.
Godlike reactions. I don't have those reactions. I'm not sure if you have those reactions, but he definitely does, and that's going to keep him alive as they continue to kind of push out the bot wave and set up for Drake from what it seems like, or even start the Drake on the side of Cudders Cuties here. Lulu's going to walk forward, potentially try and scout out and see what she can do, but she's overextended without flash here.
Yeah, really ambitious scout right there by Lulu. Eats the Braum ult and the Wukong ult as well. Yeah, unfortunate for Scoop, but Yeah, uncontested. Well, I don't want to say uncontested. That was just a dragon with a little extra on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Dragon and Yordle combo, your classic. Thank you, Lulu. We will take that gold. And that's really good for the side of Cudders Cuties. You know, they're playing on the bot side, which is really, really good. Their top laner right now is just trying to get back into the game.
Oh,
it looks like an engage.
No. North Stream trying to hit the real shuffle, but doesn't manage to get perfect form with that zero. Unfortunately,
looks like he didn't have perfect form.
Oh, get out of here! Come on, who this man?
Come on, that's what I'm here for, right? You asked me to do bad jokes. I believe.
Hey, listen, as somebody that indulges in bad jokes, I can only enjoy them. That was good.
I'll send you a link.
I'll give you your flowers.
Thank you very much. Maybe I have perfect form with my dad jokes. I'll stop. We can see Motorola eSports do go for the Herald though in the top lane here. I can see there was a scuffle for it beforehand, but it looks like Cudders Cuties are just going to give it up and let them take the objective for free here. Makes sense, right? They can take the bot lane objective because their bot lane seem quite strong, but it's like going to jump on the Jax and actually punish him even more here.
Oh, Volleybed gonna jump in as well, get the stun. This is a 3v1 as it started with just one, slowly dripped into three. Unfortunate for Mr. Clissy, didn't get the turret, but is gonna pay with his life for that.
Yeah, and they get the Herald as well, so really good play from the side of Motorola eSports there to be able to take down the enemy top laner and secure the Herald without losing anything in return here. I'm intrigued to see how they will use the Herald in the following objective and the following few minutes to see if they can maybe secure themselves something else, potentially a kill, or I don't know how long Herald stays, I can't remember, but if they're able to use it with the next Drake, they can apply pressure somewhere else whilst waiting for the Drake to spawn and securing the Drake. But for now, they're ahead, actually 1k gold against the Cudders Cuties, and I'm intrigued to see how Cudders Cuties will actually end up, you know, turning it around, using their engage with their ultimates to be able to look for picks and hopefully turn it into an advantageous gold lead for themselves.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a good thing you did bring up the gold while Braum is continuously playing aggressive in this bot lane turret. But hold on, never mind. We're not going to talk about the gold. As Help the Bear is helping the bot lane, jumps in onto the Ashe. And that is, well, he says there can only be one Freudian on this map, as Braum is going to be the next to fall. Unfortunate. I mean, I guess things weren't looking too sweet for him in that bot lane, as that is a clean... clean going down in that bot lane, and the bot turret will probably be the next focus down there.
Yeah. I think that was a great play from the Volibear here. He's going to be able to duel the Jax as well. You know, Volibear is low HP now, but it's not really going to matter if he has the mark on the Jax. There you go. There's the healing coming in. And these two have been getting really aggressive. Volibear flashing in. The E. Oh,
the bite. Perfectly timed. Really unfortunate for Clisty right there. I mean, Clisty had the right idea, but obviously Help the Bear was far too confident in the outcome of that fight. Even flashed forward as well. Imagine running in bot lane, getting a clean 2-0 gank, and then TPing bot on top, to kill your lane opponent. That's crazy.
That is insane indeed. I don't think we need to help the Bear. I think we need to help the Jax as we go into the replay here with the Volibear ganking the bot side. The Q coming in, the E as well to be able to buy, to get a lot of damage onto the Ashe and lock her down with the CC here. And following with the ult, Ashe ends up going down. Braum now isolated in a 4v1. Wukong piecing out, not being any part of this at all. And like you said, after that ends up happening, he ends up going topside here to go for the Jax, getting the wave. Jax going in with the E really aggressively. Volibear waiting, getting the W onto the Jax, into the E, into the stun as well. Here's the follow-up W from the Volibear to make sure he gets the HP back. Jax trying to jump back in, but he's not in a good spot right now. Jax waiting for his E to come up. Comes up just in time to make sure that he can almost kill the Volibear, but he's not able to. It's so close in the end. And this Volibear is a monster right now. It's going to be impossible to kind of stop him. One extra thing to mention as well is I really like the itemization from the Volibear. He's gone for Frozen Heart second, which is really good into the Jax when he's got Lethal Tempo. Really good into the Ashe as well. And we have another fight breaking out potentially in the mid lane, but they're going to disengage for now. Wow. Okay. Things are picking up here as we go for the next Drake.
Do you want to breathe, Slimsy? Because it sounds like you're doing an awful lot of rapping over there. My goodness, guys, can we give some praise to Slimsy for that? That was great sequence over there. As this dragon is about to fall now, completely uncontested. Atakan being the main focus for Motorola now. Just paranoia straight onto Azir, spotted him, moved out of the bush a little too far. And making himself a target right there. But hold on a second. Cudders are completely aware. Wukong in the mix, uses the ult. The second cast comes out, it's gonna go down to Vega, but Tristana falls to Jax. Atakan goes to who? Goes over to the Motorola team, as that is 3 members of Cudders Cuties going down as Azir shuffles away once again. You cannot catch this bird because he will forever fly away. He is a free bird, if you will. And
that was insane. That was absolutely crazy. That was Ashe ults flying, TPs coming in, people all over the place, and you know the Atakan ends up going over to Motorola eSports, which is going to help to snowball their lead. As we go into the replay here, you can see the Nocturne does jump on top of the Azir. The Azir ends up ulting, the Ashe arrow coming in to try and stop something, but is not able to do too much. Wukong on the flank here in the tri-bush. Volibear and the rest of the team on the Atakan. Wukong getting engaged on the backline, but he's isolated, gets all the way by the Tristana, and the fight's crazy right now. Jackson's in the middle of the fight, getting the E onto him. Volibear ulting in, doing a bunch of damage, and you can see as the fight goes on for longer, the Motorola eSports team are able to win it, able to get it Atakan, pick up the Brawn as well, and chase down the Azir to try and secure a kill, but he's able to shuffle away without going down in the end. And I think from here, it's going to be really hard for the team of Cudders Cuties to get back into the game.
This is looking very dire and somewhat similar to the first game as this game goes on. Only difference being that Motorola eSports are ahead in terms of Dragon, and the Rift Herald is about to be useful, as now the Rift Herald was used in the mid lane. They did manage to take the turret. Second turret now under fire. Boom! Look at that, half health over in the mid in the turret for the Cudders Cuties. It is not looking good for the Cudders.
No, exactly that. It's not looking good at all. You know, the Vega and Tristana that we mentioned earlier will be scaling up as well, right? Tristana's level 13. She's got a lot of range now. Vega probably got a lot of AP as well. And you can see the Jax trying to stop him potentially.
I mean, I think that was really well played by Clisty and showing exactly why you know, Mr. Clisty is a threat at the moment. If he so wants to, oh my god,
Ashe arrow.
I mean, that was great foresight by Perfect Form, you know, just thinking maybe I shouldn't be recalling here under a tower with 1 HP, and you know, Ashe probably shaking her fist thinking, damn you little mage, you
little yeah, stuff you can't say on stream. I do have a friend who actually plays a lot of AP Ashe, or like kind of like poke Ashe, and he hits all of his Ashe Rs, just saying.
Wow.
But Ashe Rs do hurt a lot, and unfortunately he was not able to secure the kill that time around. But looking at this game, what do you think in terms of, you know, how it will transition here? I think, you know, we're kind of looking at Drake's potentially, and kind of seeing if there's any more picks that can be made really with ultimates. But I don't think Cudders Cuties have been able to use their ult sufficiently to be able to secure picks to stay in the game.
I mean, I think the big difference here is, once again, Motorola eSports have all of the outer turrets, right? All of the outer turrets are completely down for Cudders Cuties. So the map on their side is wide open, right? The jungle, as you can see, Volibear pushing up, absolutely no problem. They can ward up as they please, move about as they please. Dragons are in their favor. The Baron will be spawning in just under a minute now, so that will be, you know, a big contention point. But as we mentioned before, vision is the name of the game, and you know, while the line of vision moves back further for the Cudders Cuties, Motorola will only push it forward and, you know, continuously see where they're moving about.
Yeah, exactly. One big thing to mention is, you know, in the last game we was able to see Cudders Cuties get a lot of vision in the enemy red side jungle, which helped them a lot around the Drake objective. But this game we're not seeing it as much. You know, we see a lot of control from Motorola eSports in the bottom side of the jungle here, where, like you said, they're pushing up, they're pushing that vision up into their jungle, and I think the game's just going to get harder from here for the side of Cudders Cuties.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the gold lead that is forming at the moment, 2,500 gold between them. The Baron is being started now, and Cudders will be aware of it, as that ward was just taken in the pit. The
This is an
Hawk
aggressive
coming
play
out as well. Yeah, this is crazy. While that is all going on, the top laners are going to clash once again. Dragon is spawning as well, but in the meantime, you can see in the minimap, they are scuffling and fighting in that Baron pit, while Clisty and Help the Bear continue to go head to head. You saw Tristana getting pushed away by the Azir ult as well, and Help the Bear doesn't need any help at all. Flashes in to stun Jax, and yeah, kill going over. I mean, Clisty's not having a good game here.
No, he's not, and I hate to say it, but I'm happy to see it because this guy beats me every time in the top lane, and it seems like he can be broken, fortunately, but we have the Baron actually being taken here from the side of Motorola eSports. It seems to be traded for the Drake. This is going to be a really good trade for Motorola eSports.
Oh, 100%. Especially we saw what they were able to do with the Baron buff in the previous game, you know. Last time they took Baron, the game was over, or it, you know, proceeded to end. So if Motorola eSports play their cards right here, we could be looking at the end of this game. This could be the beginning of the end.
It definitely could be. Right from here, you can see there's a big gold swing now, 5k gold, or 4.5k gold or so. And like you said, one Nocturne ult into the correct pick can spell the end of the game, or at least, you know, an inhibitor or some towers. So Cudders Cuties have to be really careful, especially vision-wise. They don't really seem to have control of their own jungle, although they have wards in the Motorola eSports red side jungle. Their own jungle's a little bit dangerous for them at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're trying, as you can see, Braun placing out those pink wards, trying to get vision where they can. But unfortunately, look, you see Nocturne just roaming about with a sweeper, finding Mr. Clisty in his blue side jungle. He's going to get jumped by 4 members of Motorola eSports as he goes down for the 8th time in this game. I mean, Help the Bear, I don't even think we need to make another help pun, do we? Just helping himself to this bot in the turret at this point. Exactly. 8-1, the complete opposite, stark contrast to his lane opponent. Having a great game so far.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough. But it happens. You know, name of the game in top lane. Once you fall behind a little bit, it can snowball really effectively. Like I said, he's made me 8-1. I'm pretty, or 1-8 even. I'm pretty sure before. So it's rough. It's rough, man. I think from here they really need to potentially find a pick onto the Veigar. You know, punish him when his E's down potentially. I think the Volibear they're going for here is not really going to be the target to go for. It's really hard to get on top of the Tristana with the Lulu behind her.
Oh my goodness.
And I think they're just going to bleed here.
I mean, we're seeing shades of the first game. Inhibitor is going to go down with a little more challenge against it. Nocturne is going to get knocked up with the Braum ult, while Wukong flashes in, tries to get 2 with the first cast of the ult. Volibear jumping into the backline. Ashe is dead. Down she goes. Clisty managing to find the kill onto Nocturne while he focuses onto the Tristana, but isn't going to get the kill. Azir ult comes out to push out 2 members of Motorola eSports, but to no avail as he falls to the Veigar. The little mage strikes once again, does fall to Wukong, and Help the Bear is helping himself out. Exit stage left, as that is 3 for 3 while the inhibitor goes down.
Wow, you can see a team fighting masterclass there, right? One team ends up pulling the trigger as quickly as they can when the enemy team overextend. Motorola eSports overextended. Cudders Cuties pulled the trigger, right? And then Motorola eSports saw the window with their cooldown to be able to turn the fight around. So the fight was looking like favor to Motorola eSports, which flipped back again to Cudders Cuties side. Crazy exchange of cooldowns, I guess, in that exchange. As we see the replay coming in, they go for the inhibitor, a little bit overextended. The Veigar E is down, but you see Nocturne a little bit too far up, does end up taking heavy damage from the Azir, and they're disengaging, right? The Volibear's coming in from the side. The Nocturne turns off the lights, make sure that the Volibear can get on top of the Ashe. She ends up going down. Tristana following up with the W, trying to get as much damage as can on the Jax, but Jax is able to negate for a long period of time. Volibear dealing with 3 in the back, but the Azir ult buys enough space to allow them to get the kill onto the Tristana. Veigar getting 1 exit kill as well onto the Azir, ends up going down. Wukong then trading onto the Veigar, ends up being a 3v3 in the end. Crazy fight.
Absolutely insane, man. I mean, it wasn't even one-sided. It wasn't even just, you know, a 5v5 head-to-head. There were layers in there, and you can see, especially at this caliber of play, that these guys, they're not just, you know, they're not just charging in blindly. They're not just using their spells willy-nilly. The amount of thought process and communication that's going, I would love to hear the comms that are going into these fights. You know, yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
these guys are really putting on a masterclass show of how to play this game at the highest level. Well, not the highest level, but at a high level.
Yeah, no, I agree. Based on our last gold comparison, it's now extended a lot further. It's now 7k gold. 7.5k gold even. So it's looking really rough here, and I really don't know what Cudders Cuties can do to get themselves back into the game.
Well, if you were to paint a hypothetical, how exactly would you recommend they try to bring this one back?
Mainly for a pick, again, as we kind of mentioned time and time again, they have really good engage tools, right? If they're able to get vision in a certain area, use Ashe ult to be able to lock down a target, use Braum ult in a choke, and play a standard kind of back to front where they have the volley bear running towards them, then they can have their carries, the Azir and the Ashe, kind of hitting that volley bear while everyone is protected behind the Braum. Other than that, you know, if this is exactly what I'm talking about here, the Ashe ult coming in.
Ashe ult is going to hit the volley bear, help the bear, perfectly reacts to calling the shield just before that arrow hits, so the damage is mitigated, and you saw Mr. Christie flashing away, but 5 members are chasing the bear and not going to really make much else happen, as now the minions will be the only focus in this top lane.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was alluding to, right? Using that Ashe ult, as mentioned, to try and secure a pick on anybody, and then having a standard back to front with a Braum in front. And I think that's one of their best chances to be able to get something in this game. But unfortunately, they're not even able to burn the flash of the volley bear. And from here, I really think it would be really difficult for them. But let's see if they have it in the bag to potentially turtle and base defend, and maybe look for a swing and turnaround in this game.
Yeah, 100%. We'll just have to wait and see if they're able to try and turn this in their favor. But the Baron is on the rift once again. You see, I mean, very desperate. What are they called? The blue wards? I can't remember what they're called. I'll just call them blue wards. You see the blue wards coming out.
Scurrying orb, I think. Or
is it scrying orb? Is that it?
Scrying. Yeah, I think so. But it's like... Yeah, oh my goodness. The Baron ends up just going down super fast. Wukong does try to steal it, but goes down as well. Yeah, it's scrying orb. It's scrying orb. We can see more fights going on here. You want to take us through this?
Well, the only body that's scrying right now is Mr. Christie as he goes back to base once again for the 10th time. Really unfortunate. Top inhib turret is going to be the main focus alongside Braum. Glacial Fissure comes out, knocks up 1.5 members of Motorola eSports. Help the bear actually taking a lot of damage. So does Perfect Form as he goes down to North Stream on the Azir. But
wow. Yeah. That Azir damage was crazy. What? That Azir can definitely carry alongside the Ashe, I guess. As long as they can maybe play behind the carries, they should be okay. But for the meantime, it looks like the base is defended. I thought maybe that was going to be the end of the game, but they're able to base defend really well and protect the inhibitor. I'm seeing in chat is scrying, but blue is fine. Apparently, I'm diamond, which is false. Slimzy is actually bronze 3, which is a compliment because I'm actually iron, but we have another fight breaking out here. Ashe coming in.
Well, the Ashe arrow was in, Nocturne goes out as, I mean, look, you may be iron, but the pedal was definitely put to the metal right there as, yeah. The Christie, well, not Christie, sorry, the Cudders made the pick as you suggested. So they're possibly adapting to try and make this comeback as we see them running down this mid lane, not in the sense that you would think, trying to get this mid lane turret, try to pull back some gold and reduce the deficit a little bit to, you know, try and, yeah, turn it around.
Yeah, try and keep themselves back into the game here. Really good play from them. This Ashe ult, you know, does a lot as everyone kind of scales up to full build. Remember, Motorola eSports, okay, they are really far ahead, but some of their team members will cap out on items, right? So they won't be able to get any stronger. Here's the fight again in the top side. The Braum ult is really good to buy space here. Ash chunking out tons of damage. Where's the Azir? They're free hitting for free. Veigar does get the cage onto the Braum, able to stun him up, but there's no retaliation here. The Ash and the Azir was able to do enough to be able to push off the assault from Motorola eSports. And then we saw, you know, like you said, the Ash ult coming in to be able to lock up a kill or two. And for now, they're able to base defend this successfully with one inhibitor still remaining.
I mean, that I like how you end and emphasize the last inhibitor, right? The one inhib that is holding strong is the final line of defense at the moment. It's seemingly the main focus as Help Bear is using that Baron buff. Braum really eating all of that damage from Cookie. I mean, this is where Braum shines, is when he's got multiple items in his pocket, is able to absorb a lot of damage with the help of that shield. But yeah, Tristana in the form of Cookie is putting on a lot of hurt.
Oh,
okay.
He's got a spellbook. Sorry, I was like, what? He's got spellbook? But no, you're right. The Tristana is able to do a bunch of damage, and right, she's level 18, right? So her range is going to be insane, really hard to lock down. But as we've seen, the side of Cudders Cuties are able to actually chunk down and shred the front line pretty easily here. You know, the Volley Bear is super scaled up. He can't get any stronger from here. So the Jax with 4 items, the Azir with 4 items, the Azir has decap, as we've seen in the chat here, is really playing a big part. But Motorola eSports just take the dragon for free, and this Mountain Soul might be what helps them to decide the game here.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you've got... I think the only one that really benefits from Mountain Soul is Volley Bear to the fullest, but it's always nice to have, a shield on you, a little extra damage mitigation. Nobody is going to complain about that. As we see the Motorola eSports team now trying to pull up to this bot in him, the Azir turret is there, and then it isn't. Just like the Shuriman Empire. For those of you that know.
Yeah, precisely that. Precisely. I think that turret was spawned or disappeared as fast as it was spawned even. This Veigar cage is a really big issue as well. I'm seeing it really cause issues for Cudders Cuties in these sieges here, but all 3 inhibitors are down now, and maybe this is the final siege that we'll see to end the game.
It's entirely possible. I mean, anything could happen in these final moments as people get desperate. Both Nexus turrets get disabled by the Volley Bear as the fight completely breaks out. Wukong in the back line trying to make something happen, but is going to fall, trying to take out Tristana. Volley Bear, Nocturne, and Ash are all down as well. As Jax, Mr. Clisty, unfortunately, is going to fall to Cookie. And Cookie claiming that triple kill to end out the series is how you want to go out with a bang, as that is a clean 2-0 from Motorola eSports.